lines we saw as nautical are now redrawn in space. Evolutions in your optical. Just look at your Chevy Chase.
Call to fucking arms. Like, when do we realize we are at war? Just because we're not experiencing bombs dropping and shit like that doesn't mean we're not at war. And I'm praying to Jesus every day that guys like Netanyahu, Ben Gvir, Smoltrich, even guys like Ben Shapiro. I'm really praying to Jesus every day that they get kirked as soon as possible. Kirk them all, that's what I say. Kirk them all. It's nuts how this is happening. You got Tucker Carlson coming out. They're really trying to push this idea that Kirk started, that was turning against Israel. He was turning against his backers. He was turning against Israel. And I just can't. Did you guys see the CGI video that was made at Charlie Kirk as an angel? Talking about, you know, we are at war. We are together with Israel. That's his greatest wish and all this. Have you guys seen that shit? It's about as appalling as possible. But at the same time, it shows you that Kirk's turn on Israel was well established. It was all part of the plan. Because if Kirk would have turned on Israel, they wouldn't be they wouldn't be like celebrating him and talking about how great he is, and this CGI video that came out. That shit wouldn't exist. I don't know if you've ever seen what happens when somebody turns against Israel or goes against Israel just in general, but Israel doesn't make them out to be some sort of hero. They become instantly a bad guy, anti-Semite. How come Charlie wasn't called anti-Semite left and right? I mean, I have a hard time talking about it because I'm really not sure if I even believe if he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I don't know what the hell we saw, but it wasn't cut and dry. I got a piece of popcorn in my tooth.
I'm obsessed with applause, but the things that I lack would stack you in the highest tier. I too am consumed by the leading fear. Not good enough, not smart enough. I've questioned it. Choose the choice.
Silent. My grandfather sucked his teeth. Do that. Doesn't work. But do you guys see what's happening? Like, do you guys see the ruse? Do you guys see the operation that's being done?
I crave a hug from my strange mother. See, I'm nothing other than a simple human being, the product of my condition. Although I try to be the king, the mindless state is constant. The nonsense of blackness.
That guy had his cigarette in his mouth and I could smell it behind him. These things are fucking nasty, man. I just, it's getting there. Like, it's time. It's been here. It's time we start fighting back like they fight against us. We need to start calling them out like they do to us. We need to start being better than we are. And stop allowing them to manipulate us and you know, use their propaganda to get what they want. This is just fucking crazy. I'm so sick of seeing all of the narratives that, like, you can't say anything. Like, so many people, big Charlie Kirk supporters, are crying about what people are saying, freedom of speech. You know, people's freedom of speech to speak out against Charlie. They don't like that. Just like all the white people that are pushing freedom of speech, they always say that shit and they're the ones that are in trouble or it's their thing. But as soon as you're like, well, hey, don't I get freedom of speech too? They're like, well, no, I don't like what you're saying. You know, to me, it's too obvious.
I'm gonna fly away.
Where was the anti-Semitism for Charlie? And I'm just so sick of seeing him getting put in memes with like MLK and shit like that. Like that's of shit. Just because behind some, oh, I'm a Christian, so that makes it okay. That doesn't make it okay. Just because you say horrible shit with a Christian spin on it doesn't make it less horrible. It's all just being used against us. And like I said, Israel, at this point, with everything that he did say, I mean, I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos of Charlie talking shit. And again, like I say, if it wasn't what he was supposed to be saying, if it wasn't part of the script he was supposed to read, Israel would have turned on him. I mean, what else do you need? What other part of it do you need to see before it dawns on you that you're being manipulated? God damn it. This is driving me crazy, this thing in my fucking tube. I mean, this is just wild. It's just wild, man. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does make sense. I'm sorry. I always have to correct myself when I say it doesn't make any sense. Everything makes sense. You just have to look at it. Oh, look. We have a dumbass piece of shit Jay who says, Y-O-U-R, a legend in your mind. They used both both versions of it, but got one wrong. That's who I'm up against. The guy who's obvious, Levi. Hello, my name is Levi. Obviously, we have one of them here crying. They're just the worst, man. It's great to see that Matitza Pape is finally starting to really be exposed, though. Because Matitza Pape is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. For it to be a thing that's commonplace in our society is just even if it was like a once in a while thing, it would be unacceptable. And what I don't understand, like, well, again, I understand it, but it should be like a thing that you're paying attention to. Why was it that immediately, like within hours of the Kirk shooting, the narrative was that he had been shot over his free speech. Like, people already knew who the bad guy was, who the shoot before there was even a shooter. Did you guys know that the old man, whatever Zin, I mean, I knew it when I saw his last name was Zin. But he's a Jew. The guy pretending, I shot Charlie, blah, 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 that guy, that old man, he was a Jew too. We want Bibi targeted. Abso-fucking-lutely. He needs to die. Like, take him the fuck out. Call to arms. Take out Netanyahu. He's a piece of shit. You know, this is a monster. And but back to it. Why do you think that narrative spread like wildfire? Right? Why do you guys think that's the narrative that was just everywhere immediately? Oh, he was killed over his free speech. He was killed over his free speech. He was killed over his free speech. Wow. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I hope the FBI or whoever hears me say it, somebody be the hero and take out Netanyahu. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster who needs to die. Maybe Jesus will do it. What are you waiting on, dude? Look at you guys just trying to do anything you can. Anything you can come up with to try to distract and not address the things being said. What's his name?
Please help me.
Of course I do.
I'm melting.
It's not
Selling my
rapping.
soul.
Clearly it's not
roll at a
rapping.
time. I swallow my spine at the slightest mention, claiming my attention's pull's too strong. Wrong. Sing song, dancing
But-
around the truth. A spoof of myself.
Like, when do we realize this? When do we come together and understand that it's just one big fucked up manipulation being used against us? I just don't understand what else you need to be shown.
Healthy people don't heed the call. Help me please, I think I'm evil.
Right?
Please save me, my behaving is shaving my zest.
You know, we should be just furious at everything going, especially people like Trump. Trump is the biggest motherfucker ever. Well, not the biggest. I mean, I guess we can give that one an edge, but like, they're all in the same thing. I mean, how do you say one is better than the other, one's worse than the other? Who decides that? These are just monster war criminal fucking, human rights abusing, just awful people. Try to find as many adjectives as I can, but It's just impossible. Go get your free download, www.the-bilderberg, bilderberg-group.com. The link is always in the description after the fact. If you need it now, just go to a previous video. It'll be there. Why do you think the music industry is what it is? Oh, I was watching this video today. A news station is talking about, was doing a new report on the 70s experiments done in St. Louis, where the Pruitt-Igoe, whatever, the housing projects were sprayed with a fog. They said it was a mystery fog that just lingered, and you could see it coming out of things. Everybody that thinks like they don't spray chemtrails and shit, they're not capable of spraying us without our consent. Go look up that story. Go look up the oatmeal, the radioactive oatmeal that they were feeding the children. I'm still wondering how come we as a society aren't asking what the fuck they did to us with the San Bernardino shooting. Do you guys remember the San Bernardino shooting? And how the day afterwards, a weird fog descended upon the northern hemisphere. Like not just the United States, but all across the world, there was a fog. And because of the time of year, it was the cold time of year. So fog shouldn't have been a thing unless we had like an unusually warm day, which we didn't. And the fog lasted for like 3 weeks. And at one point, the system, too many people were like, what the fuck is going on here? That the system had to address it, and they called it a cold fog. Oh, it's just a cold fog. What the fuck is a cold fog? Cold fog it's not a thing. Fog has to do with warm weather and, it's not a, as far as fog goes, fog isn't made when cold air runs into cold air. This is not how it works. But do you guys remember that shit? What do you think they did to us? What do you think that was? You just go, yeah, it was probably just a cold fog. Just a natural thing that's never happened before or since. That we were completely distracted from by San Bernardino. And if you haven't looked into San Bernardino yet, you're missing out. That story is fucking nonsense. But trying to get people to answer their own questions. You guys have to question this too, right? Don't you guys think it's incredibly strange that immediately after the shooting, everybody just knew he was shot because of his free speech? He was shot over free speech. The guy that they're blaming for shooting him has denied doing it and definitely hasn't said, I killed him over free speech. Doesn't that dawn on you that something else is going on here? It is a pre-recorded live stream. Anything to be distraction, right? Anything to get that attention. What is a pre-recorded live stream even? How would you do that? How would you pre-record a live stream? It's live. I have a driver, you dumbass. I'm sorry, you can't drive and do it. Like, I hope when people are in the car with you, you're like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I don't turn on the music. I don't do anything because I can't handle driving and doing another thing at the same time. I can't handle driving and talking at the same time. Who's that dumb? Any of you that dumb? Cold fog ain't a thing. Huh? Yep, cold fogs, yep. I'm gonna Google cold fogs because you said to. And it's going to explain why the day after San Bernardino, for 3 weeks straight, we had a fog just descended upon the northern hemisphere and sat there. Totally makes sense. I'm saying it because it's early in the morning and you are already saying stupid things. Yes, it's stupid to ask questions your dumbass isn't smart enough to ask or even answer. That's me, Johnny Stupid. Right, there you go, splatter in the face with the crybaby shit. But this, again, tell me one thing that's stupid. What part is stupid to you, dumbass? El Guardian, the arrogant dumbass. Let's hear it. I mean, if you're not questioning why there are so many bot profiles on my shit every day, you're just not asking questions, I guess. Charlie was kirked because of his free speech. He was kirked because he's a Christian and his free speech and Christian values. That shit was everywhere with literally no evidence whatsoever. I love how there's all these people talking about HARP or the weather because I said something about the weather, but let it be about pedophiles. Let it be about Israel and killing, stopping the slave masters from continuing their genocide. And gosh, they have nothing to say. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Pretty weird. Pretty weird, if you ask me. Bots? You mean your followers? Yeah, like the idea that a bunch of the followers are bots is not that hard to understand. I made up the concept of troll farm. That's just my conspiracy theory. They don't actually exist. They're not a really big common problem. I just made it up. Yup, I need some Xanax now. Yup, that's what it is. HARP been around for a long time. And HARP is just the name of the Alaskan operation. There are many HARP facilities all over the world, including at least 2 that are on boats, that are on ships. They're mobile HARP facilities. And you know what the funny thing is? HARP only works if you're on a flat plane. HARP only works if we're in a dome. HARP doesn't work on some ball unless G.I. Joe. Funny how G.I. Joe did an episode about how Cobra took over HARP and they used it as a weapon. And basically what would happen is they would shoot the energy up, it would collect in the ionosphere, it would disperse, and then it would come back together over the target and fire the laser down. Really interesting that G.I. Joe, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, maybe longer, G.I. Joe decided to make the HARP episode. It was actually a special movie. It was like a random G.I. Joe DVD put out. mobile harp on the back of a truck or a boat. I don't think it can be. I don't know. Maybe they've perfected the technology and taken it all the way down to the point where, you know, it can be thrown in the back of a truck, talk hard style. Talk hard. Happy Harry hard on.
The savages, the work they put in place, and the collection of images means we never had a chance at this. We are where they want us. They legalize the cannabis, then bust those being honest. They have all the bonnets, we're maids cleaning up their mess while they supply all of the nonsense. We give them our...
Hey, bitch! I hope you're doing shit so I don't abuse you.
Secrets. They have us all as pets. We're happy.
So you're not abusing. It's all good. How come nobody will address the whole Charlie thing? You think it's normal? Like, it doesn't matter what side of the argument you're on here. Doesn't matter if you're a Charlie supporter or not. Doesn't it seem weird to you that you were given the narrative before you knew anything? Like, almost immediately. Like, it's almost like it was reported as Charlie Kirk was shot over his free speech and Christian values. G.I. Joe had a number of very interesting episodes. Remember, if it's pro-American armed forces, they'll throw hints in and all. Yeah. I mean, they do this all the time. It's the way. It's the way to get ahead of things, so that when it's brought up, you can be like, "Oh, are you talking about that fucking G.I. Joe episode that one time? Dude, stop watching so much TV. Dude." That's why they do that. That's why they continuously put those things in things. God damn it. Come on, T. You guys remember when Melania had a kidney cyst that she needed to get removed? In and out procedure that she was that she disappeared for 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks before, I think it was like 2 months actually, before she was seen again. You guys remember that? It was supposed to be an in and out procedure, a really not that big a deal thing, and then she was just gone. She was just gone. And she didn't come back around until months later when people started asking about it. And then her first outing after reappearing, because the news said, oh, she was just at the White House, just nobody saw her there. She had been at the White House the whole time, just nobody could find her. But they had her at the first appearance of whatever this new Melania thing is. They had her at the it was like a military thing for her first appearance, and she didn't talk. She just sort of waved. Oh look, oh look, it's one of these days. Crazy part is it's supposed to rain. Starting Sunday, it's supposed to rain, and it's supposed to rain all week. I'm self-absorbed. Yup. X-Files did the same. Feds would tell Chris Carter crazy shit for stories. A lot of it was real. I mean, didn't X-Files do the remote control plane into the building thing just before 9/11? Look, we have another piece of shit Jew on here. A Matitza Bepe fucking clown. Joined 8 years ago, 1 subscriber, that makes sense. These Matitza Bepe pedophiles are here in full force. Right? It's all about these Matitza Bepe pedos and the crazy shit they do. I mean, seriously, have you seen all the videos of them spitting on people? Spitting on Christians? Have you seen that shit? They're insane. When asked about what they could do to curb the spitting, it's either Ben Gvir or Smoltrich was like, well, Jews have been spitting on Christians for thousands of years. And that was the end of it. His proposal was that we just get over it because Jews have been spitting on Christians for thousands of years, so why are these Christians, shouldn't they be honored to have Jew spit all over them? The Lone Gunman episode, a spin-off shows. First episode was the blueprint of what would happen on 9/11. Right. Right. How is this man missing so many more? Yup. Somebody named Juan. Somebody named Juan is a huge... Oh, joined 2 months ago. 0 subscribers. Big ol' Israel supporter. Go figure. Look at this shit. This looks normal, natural to you? How many do you think are going to come from the crux of the tree this time? Your, Y-O-U-R, not okay in your head. Y-O-U-R. So not only is the English wrong, they could never seem to get the right your because they're too stupid. We're immediately getting the mental issues, take your meds, schizophrenic, something's wrong in your head, deflection, the same thing, yapping, deflect. There's like a list of provided talking points that ACT-IL and other groups like it have provided these piece of shit Jews. I mean, it's just what it is. Smoking meth, yep, I got these meth blunts of mine. Meth, another one of them. Smoking meth. Just like the Hitler's troops were smoking meth. They were on methamphetamines, remember? They just continue to use the same shit because they're too stupid. We're just going to start reporting you. What do you mean you're going to start? That's what you already do. And every time you say something like that, it's you acknowledging you're too stupid. I get it. I'd be terrified of me too. Right? I'd be terrified of someone like me who is smarter than you and much better at this than you are. Absolutely, that's got to be terrifying. And this is what they do. You'll notice that nobody's going to come in here and tell me how good Israel is. Nobody's going to come in here and tell me how good the Judaism is. It's just not how they operate because they can't. Just a random broke crack. Yup, another broke crackhead. That's me. Don't do drugs. Yep, it's the meth. Because if you start doing what I do, you might ask questions. You might not accept that those are God's chosen people and they're superior to you. Maybe if you start expanding your mind and stop falling for stupid Jesus. It's such an irritating aspect of this. And it totally makes sense, right? Guys like Dan Blazarian are allowed to have fame and a platform to speak because he pushes Christianity. And when confronted with the stupidity of it, when somebody said, well, Jesus was a Jew, he'll be like, oh, well, no, I think he was a Palestinian. He starts throwing his own spin on there. Jewish people are awesome. Yeah, I guess if you're a big pedophile, yeah, you're probably ism. I wouldn't be surprised at all if either you're a pedo yourself or you're a Jew yourself. But yeah, no. It all goes hand in hand. I'm about to go to my class, so wish me luck. Oh, I hope you don't shoot anybody. Maybe if you stop smoking chemicals from underneath the sink, things would get a lot better in your life. Yup, that's me. See what I mean? See, when I flat out point out that they're pedophiles and they're a cult and all that shit, they don't sit here and deny it. This dumbass doesn't deny it. Only stupidity is you. Only stupidity is you. Durr. This is act.il. This is Team Jorge to its fullest. And you guys just need to understand what's happening. Because once you understand it, it all just makes sense. It all just fits. Like the thing that's so crazy is there are so many things in this world, in our society, that don't quite make sense. But as soon as you add, well, there's the Jewish thing, oh, yeah, I guess I can see why that happens. Oh, I can see why that happens. Oh, I can see why that happens. And the more you look into their, Israel, Hayom, bottom of darkness, sexual abuse cult, the more you realize it makes sense. I just saw a short about a Jewish family on a flight. They stank. People complain. They kick them off. Big mad little Jew talking to a reporter. Right, because they stink. They're fucking disgusting. Oh, you can't argue with stupid. Yup. Did you brush your teeth today? Yup. Look at this shit. Look at the desperation. Yeah, because look at how nasty my teeth are. They're so horrible. And I'm bald, and I'm ugly, and I'm stupid, and then, yep, all those things, because that overrides the pedophilia. Not one of these fuckers goes, yeah, that pedophilia shit is disgusting. We need to absolutely do something about that. Not one of these fuckers says, yeah, we need to stop genocide at all costs. No, they just want to talk about, because if I had, if I just had a bigger nose, and I just had smaller little, and I had, little stupid haircut coming off the side and wore a dumb little hat, then I would be okay. All right? Then all these dudes would be like, okay, now we can address what you're saying because you look the right way. You need to understand that you support an individual named Chance Wilkins, and yep, that's who I do. That's what I do. Chance Wilkins. Hey, look up the Israeli Yenta astronaut who went to the ISS and wouldn't have baths. She stank, the crew complained, and she freaked out and broke the ISS American toilet. Now they all use the Russian one. I mean, that I gotta look that one up. I gotta see if that's what that's about. Let's see. Nope, nothing's coming up. Yeah, nope, sorry. Can't find anything about it. On a psych ward at a Tel Aviv hospice. There was no report of a Jewish astronaut breaking toilet. Rather, in November 2021, the SpaceX Crew 2 mission's toilet broke, forcing 4 astronauts, including the Jewish astronaut and mission pilot Megan Arthur, to use diapers for their 20-hour return trip to Earth. The problem stemmed from a leaky tube. So, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying there's no talk about it. Let's see. Chancellor. Okay, let's see. So, an American physician, engineer, and NASA ISS during the Expedition 56 out of 57. After returning, she transitioned to management role with NASA, where she handles medical issues aboard the station. This is saying that she's Cuban, so. Yeah, I don't see anything about it. Sorry. I just did. I just looked it up, and it doesn't say anything. I mean, I don't really care, right? This is this is just such a distraction, right? I think if you're gonna look anything up, look up Team Jorge. If you're gonna look anything up, look up act.il. But understand, they just stink. They just stink in general. They're just a horrible, stinky... Oh, that was weird. Unilever, Ben & Jerry's. Is there... Oh, Ben & Jerry's co-founder, Jerry Greensberg, resigns over dispute with owner Unilever. You guys remember that? So, what happened was, Ben & Jerry's, who was owned by Jews... was founded a Jewish company. At some point, they were sold to a conglomerate, and the conglomerate was Unilever, and Unilever is one of those huge mega companies. Blah blah blah. They have like 500 companies underneath their umbrella, but only like 5 of the companies were billion-dollar companies. Ben & Jerry's being one of them. And the deal was, Ben & Jerry's, when they sold, they still had control over the branding, and like they still had image control, and they still had, you know, their activism was still allowed to be in place. And so Ben & Jerry's, Jewish company, at some point says, look, we're no longer going to sell our ice cream products in the illegally occupied territories in Palestine. The illegally occupied, they said they would still sell in Israel, just not in the illegally occupied territories. And because they must really like Ben & Jerry's, instead of it being this thing where they were like, oh, well, fuck you, we just boycott your stuff all the way around. Nobody in Israel will buy your stuff. They were like, no, we like your shit, so you have to sell it. And so immediately, the Israeli arm of the Unilever conglomerate decides to sell its Ben & Jerry's aspect. And Ben & Jerry's is one of those companies that retirement funds are invested into. So all of the retirement shit that exists, it's actually invested and blah, blah, blah. So, when they said that, all these different states started pulling the Ben & Jerry's money out of the retirement funds, and like they got in a whole shit ton of trouble over it. But the like I said, the Israeli aspect, the Israeli arm of it, was immediately sold to this Jewish guy, and they sold all the rights. which meant this guy could now produce his own Ben and Jerry's without any sort of restrictions or anything like that. And so, you know, he could literally take any flavor and call it Palestinians are bad flavor, and he would be allowed to sell it. And Ben and Jerry's, like, they tried to block the sale. They tried to do everything they could legally, and the system just worked its way behind their back and made this thing happen. And it's just more examples of the insane power these people have. Like, look at these dumb comments, right? They're commenting over and over and over, and yet none of them are denying the pedophilia. None of them are explaining why Matitza B'Peh is okay. None of them are saying, you know, Israel is good because of this. Or, notice that? They're just saying all kinds of dumb shit. I guess to make themselves feel better because they're so stupid. I don't know what else you call it. You know? This to me is just such, it's like this is them admitting that they're not very good. This is them admitting that they're not very smart, that they're not very capable, you know, that they know that they have to tell you they're the chosen people because otherwise you'd see them as completely inferior. You know, I really hope somebody takes out guys like Ben. I hope the kirking starts happening more frequently, and guys like Ben Shapiro suffer the wrath. Because I just Ben Shapiro is a monster. You know, he'll say things like, I am an unapologetic Zionist and all this other shit. Zionism is awful. Zionism is a supremacist cancer. And I don't think people understand just how bad the whole thing is. Let's see. Ben and Jerry's co-founder leaves business after 47 years, claiming he's silenced by Unilever. He must be lying. He must be an anti-Semite. Jerry Greenfeld must be an anti-Semite. At the end of the day, you know, he's still a piece of shit friar. All these friars, what they believe in is just, you know, the worst. They're just the worst people in the world. And they do nothing but prove it. But let's do something here. Let's look up Zionism and see what it tells us. I've done this before. It's so hard to look up because there's so many rabbit holes to go down. There's so many blue things to go down. But just in case you're wondering, so Zionism is completely locked up. So there is no editing Zionism. And before we go any further, because people cry whenever I use Wikipedia, they hide behind things. So I'm going to show you Israeli Prime Minister bragging about how they control it. So just in case you think that there's some sort of excuse.
Moetz in conjunction with My Israel has arranged instruction day for wiki editors. The goal of the day is to teach people how to edit in Wikipedia, which is the #1 source of information today in the world. As a way of example, if someone searches the Gaza flotilla, we want to be there. We want to be the guys who influence what is written there, how it's written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature.
I came here to learn.
All right. So you see right there, he's acknowledging that they control Wikipedia and they ensure that everything written is balanced and Zionist in nature. And if you don't understand how ridiculous that is, you probably think it's totally normal that I have 6 likes and 4 viewers, right? Because that makes sense, right? So let's do a quick reset because, well, let's educate. Let's try to educate. Oh, look, we were allowed to have another couple people come in. They allowed the number to go up. Now we have 8 watchers and 7 likes. Again, that's how the algorithm for YouTube works, right? The more likes you get, the less viewers. If I could only get a video with no fucking likes on it, then I'd probably do really well, right? Anyway, reset. Pedophiles, kill yourself.